Hey everybody, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell button so you get notified whenever we release new videos.
You guys are awesome.
After a long, unforgiving winter season, the snow, alas, has begun to recede into the ground like the hairline of a middle-aged man. Barely surviving this year's Arctic temperatures, the creatures of the Midwestern homestead are now drawn from their burrows to stretch their thawing muscles in the hopeful warmth of a pale sun, and also because their parents have kicked them outdoors. These appear to be 4 juveniles, and the recent words of their father still echo in their heads. "Kids, go outside. When I was your age, the only screen we were hooked on was sunscreen. And while it may have contained DDT, it let us play outside all day with rocks and sticks, and we liked it." It's an interesting transition when the melt turns the world into wet mush. While sledding is out of the question, fortunately there is enough snow to afford these 2 young males the opportunity to shovel piles of it back onto the sidewalk, like they have no concept of homeowners' liability. Perhaps they figure that their father spent most of the winter clearing the sidewalk and that he enjoys such an activity. These little goobers are wrong. It actually astonishes their father to learn that these younglings even know where to find the shovels. Because during the peak of winter, when the driveway needed hand-scooped twice a week, these creatures could not be bothered to set down their devices and help a brother out. But their father has noted their shoveling skill for next year. He has also noted the shoveling skill of the female as well. These resourceful juveniles have created a game called Make the Driveway as Slippery as Possible. The eldest female appears confused and then aggressive, which is often a sign of rabies in these creatures. Seeing an opening, the ball makes a break for freedom. And while the life of one of his sisters is threatened, this young male chirps for help concerning the fate of the rubber sphere that he once referred to as that baseball thing. Having lost her sister's trail, the eldest female climbs to higher elevation to hunt her prey. This is a risky move, not for the juvenile, but for her father, because if the mother happens to see her firstborn baby dangling from the treetops, her father is dead meat. With the rabies in full force, the female's hearing and eyesight are tuned to pick up the slightest of movements. So it's peculiar that this treetop hunter can't seem to locate her sister, as she is just below and making all kinds of noise. Terrified of her infected older sibling and seeking safety in numbers, the younger female joins the males, who are now hand-loading as if they've forgotten how shovels work. The female's paranoia has fully set in now, and she prods a mound of snow, fearful that her sister, foaming at the mouth, is lying just under the surface. But this female has made the mistake of turning her back to the yard. The older sibling has found her and unleashes her aggression. And when that doesn't work, she turns to test the aggression on her unsuspecting brother, because there's no way that can end in tears. Fortunately, the constipated bottle does not yield, allowing the young male to continue helping his sister make the street hazardous as well. It appears now that the oldest female was not afflicted with rabies, but rather a general adolescent annoyance for her siblings. I believe it was the great one, Wayne Gretzky, that once said, "You make 100% of the shots you pretend to make." He also said, "You miss 100% of the passes to your pretend teammates." These creatures will probably not play sports, which is fine with their parents who enjoy their evenings and weekends. These highly intelligent females are attempting to discover what is on the other side of this branch. The eldest makes a short and valiant effort, but is ultimately disappointed in the development of her iPad-holding muscles. What lies over the branch, the younger female asks herself? An ancient civilization, a portal to Narnia, or perhaps Wayne Gretzky? She summons all her strength and then forgets what she was doing. As the great thaw heralds the coming of spring, These creatures will continue to acclimate themselves to the rising temperatures, and hopefully, with the nicer weather, they soon will be going outdoors on their own. This makes their father joyful, as he looks to his offspring in hopes that this year, one of them will finally be strong enough to mow the lawn. Though he fears that such a task may require more than just iPad holding muscles.